I was drinking a cup of juice. All right. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but if y'all can, that works out for me. What's up, y'all? This is just a little discussion, just kind of talking about the overall impression that everyone has on Kingdom Hearts, like kind of like good, bad, or ugly. Is it a good game? Is it a bad game? Is it lackluster? Everyone seems to be under the notion that this is a bust. People aren't interested in the game. People aren't happy for the game. People are just meh on the game. For me personally, I personally love the game. A lot of people are walking around like y'all weren't waiting 13 years for the game. No, we were. As of what, I think like 2 weeks ago, as of the 5th of February, I beat Kingdom Hearts. I took my time and I beat it. The streams are coming out every day at 12 o'clock, shameless plug. But as of the 5th, I beat the game. So you guys will be seeing that on my uploads. But, venturing anything further, we'll be venturing into spoilers. But as of right now, the game is a good game. Right now, I beat the game on the 5th, and right now I'm waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4. If that happens to come out in 13 years, guess what? You waited 13 years for the game. Right after Kingdom Hearts 2, we were waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. Everyone thought Birth by Sleep was Kingdom Hearts 3. Then people thought Dream Drop Distance might have been Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'm a little confused on the notion of, yes, I understand it was announced 6 years ago, but that does not mean that we weren't waiting for it 13 years ago. You know what I mean? Right after Kingdom Hearts 1, we were waiting on Kingdom Hearts 2. So I just stop with the nonsense as far as that. But the game is a good game. There are some things about it that I'm less than enthused about. I'm not like, oh my gosh, the gummy system is the best thing to touch planet Earth. I feel like Kingdom Hearts 2 gummy system was a little bit more entertaining, I guess is the word I'm trying to say. But also at the same time, Kingdom Hearts 2's, the gummy, not even Kingdom Hearts 2, but gummy ships aren't interesting to me. You know what I mean? Like dealing with gummy ships and, oh yeah, we're flying through space. It's never really been an interesting thing to me. Like, oh yeah, bro, I can't. This is just so fun. This is just the best thing ever. No, it's never. Kingdom Hearts 2 gummy ship maybe is one of the reasons why I think it's so bland. But Kingdom Hearts, gummy ships are just not. You're not playing a Kingdom Hearts game to play gummy ships. So that's not really a strike. But if we're really talking about the actual gameplay, the actual story, the story was good. Maybe you wanted something a little bit more, I don't know, more dramatic for the time you waited for, but I think what we got is pretty damn good. As far as the conclusion to the Xehanort saga, we got Terra back, we got Roxas back, we woke up then, we got Aqua back. Oh damn, I'm about to lose here while I'm sitting over here talking nonsense. But we got everyone back, and I don't understand what's the problem. Y'all didn't like the last boss fight, okay? Y'all don't like that Kingdom Hearts doesn't have Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't have critical mode. It only has crowd mode. Okay, I understand that. Now, I'm not saying that these are boundless statements or like groundless statements where you're sitting here complaining for no reason because wah, I didn't get what I want. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 is better than Kingdom Hearts 2. And this isn't Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix. I just want to remind everybody. Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 is better than Kingdom Hearts 3. No, bare bones Kingdom Hearts 2 is not better than bare bones Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 2 didn't have the data battles, didn't have the lingering will, didn't have limit form, didn't have the limit form upgrades like dodge roll. if you're looking at Kingdom Hearts 2, it was great. I love Kingdom Hearts 2. It's my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. But that's because it had so much things going for it compared to Kingdom Hearts 1. Does that make sense? Like, when you look at Kingdom Hearts 2, you have to look at like the games that came before it. Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories. And Chain of Memories back then was on Game Boy. So, out of those 3 games, Kingdom Hearts 2 looks like a titan. You understand what I'm saying? Out of those 2 games, if we take boss fights, if we take the mechanics, if we take away everything from Kingdom Hearts 2 and put it up against the blank board against Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix didn't have the secret boss fight with Xemnas. So I'm like, if we're just taking mechanics, just like that, is obviously, I mean, the Sephiroth fight in Kingdom Hearts 1 versus Kingdom Hearts 2, worlds apart. What else? Just the fluidity. I saw there was someone talking to me on Facebook saying, people say Sora feels floaty. Every Kingdom Hearts game, Sora is a lot more mobile than he was in the previous Kingdom Hearts game. For instance, Kingdom Hearts 1 compared to Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 1, Sora is a block.
Sure are a lot of walls.
Like, let's talk about it. Kingdom Hearts 1 is very stiff. If we're talking about like fluidity, mobility, it's stiff. You're sitting here. The worlds are the rooms in the worlds are small. It's a stiff game, and don't sit up here and try to defend it. If Kingdom Hearts 1 is your favorite game, I'm not attacking you, but I'm also just trying to make a point that Kingdom Hearts 1 is stiff. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, the original Chain of Memories on Game Boy, like, don't even get me started on it. I didn't even beat that game on Game Boy. I beat it on PlayStation. I beat it on the remastered version because I hated it so much on Game Boy. Like, because it was so boring. Like, it just was not, there was nothing about it that was intriguing to me. But if we're talking about what else do you like, you get what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, Aladdin's World is better. Atlantica is better because, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I mean, Atlantica is better in Kingdom Hearts 2 because it's not an annoying mobile type of game. Like, how do I explain it? You don't have to fight in Atlantica. It's all about singing and doing these musicals. In Atlantica, a lot of people don't know, but Atlantica is optional in Kingdom Hearts 2. You don't have to do Atlantica in Kingdom Hearts 2. So from that to the worlds, everything about Kingdom Hearts 2 is superior, and it's so vastly superior that everyone in their mind is like, Kingdom Hearts 2 is amazing. But then when you play a game like Dream Drop Distance, and a lot of people didn't like Dream Drop Distance, when you play a game like Dream Drop Distance, that Sora is a lot more mobile with flow motion. Think about it. Like, granted, flow motion in Kingdom Hearts 3 is nerfed to a great extent. I'll show you right here. So, Kingdom Hearts and Dream Drop Distance, you can sit up and do, like this, but spam it. Like, I could be a freak of nature in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Whereas the Kingdom Hearts 3, it's not as broken. It's just not. You see what I'm saying? Like, I hit it, look, boom. I hit, jump, hit it again. I should be able to do it, but I'm flying. Like, that's the only reason I'm able to get back to back. If you didn't have a glide, you only got one rebound off of it. So, but don't sit up here and try to play like Kingdom Hearts 3 is not a bomb game. And it's probably just like y'all had your expectations so high, but just like in God of War, have your expectations low so you're not disappointed. Not to say that this game isn't a phenomenal game, because it is. In my opinion, I'm gonna be frank with you guys. Kingdom Hearts 3, the finished product feels a tad bit rushed, and I don't understand how to take that when we waited 13 years for the game. Like, and like I already talked about the whole 13-year thing, but like I'm saying, Kingdom Hearts 3, there's just certain elements where I'm like, it doesn't really feel like a conclusion to a saga. It doesn't really feel like a successor to the Kingdom Hearts series. Like not a successor, but like a follow-up chapter. I don't know if that makes sense. Like the tone seems a little off. If that's the stance that you're on in the game, then I can understand that, because like I said this in my playthrough. I don't know if it made the final cut, I can't remember, but in the playthrough I stated that Phil doesn't say anything in Olympus. If you go back and you play through the story of Olympus, Phil says not one word throughout the whole encounter. Throughout you going to Thebes, to you being on Mount Olympus, to no interaction where you see Phil. He doesn't say anything. Now, for me, that's a little bit strange, having the fact that Phil is always the coach, the boxing coach. He's the guy who's kind of giving it to you how it is, not really giving you that kind of praise, so you don't get cocky. He's kind of that person to still keep you leveled. Hey, yeah, you defeated this person. Hey, yeah, you got Hercules to try his hardest. You beat Hercules. But you know what? You're still not the best. There's still always going to be someone who's better than you. So for me, I'm looking forward to these kind of interactions in Kingdom Hearts 3, and to not receive that was a bit of a bummer for me personally. But does that mean that I'm going to say that Olympus was a crap world, or that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a crap game? No. And this isn't me being an apologist or making excuses for the game. The game is genuinely a good game. I'm sitting here trying to get the treasures for everything, trying to get 100%, because I waited for this game. I've been waiting for this game for years. 613, whatever y'all want to say, but I've been waiting for this game for years. And to actually have it is fun. I don't know really what else do y'all have to say about it? Like, here, I'm gonna go back to this post. No Final Fantasy. I understand where that's coming from, but if you're having no final, here's the thing. I might be misquoting, so take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But I believe that Nomura said I think there was an interview, and like I said, I could be misquoting, but he was saying that he's trying to make it less and less about Final Fantasy, and also less and less about Disney. So if he's able to do that correctly, then we can potentially have a full Kingdom Hearts is a love child between Disney and Final Fantasy. It's a Disney anime. That's pretty much what it is. So when you have no Final Fantasy and you have no Disney, you literally have a game that's about itself, which is what games are supposed to be. If you want to watch Frozen, go watch Frozen. If you want to watch Tangled, go watch Tangled. In my personal opinion, from Kingdom Hearts 1 all the way to where we are right now, I've always been happy kind of looking at the games and being like, that's dope that we have a twist with Sora, Donald, and Goofy. That's dope that I can now go back and look at this movie and be like, I have two kind of canons in my head about the movie. Oh, I remember when I played this in Kingdom Hearts. Oh, I remember this area, because they do such a good one-to-one ratio. They do such a good a good job developing the worlds that you feel like you're playing in the actual film. They're saying Frozen was just a movie retold with Sora, Donald, and Goofy. As I just said, that's part of the charm that Kingdom Hearts has always had. Now, Frozen was a bit thick with CGI and the story, as far as it kind of did feel like I was rewatching the movie more than I was playing the game. I can level with you on that, but they still did it in a tasteful way. I mean, think about all the worlds that you've ever had in any Kingdom Hearts game. They handle it in a tasteful way. It's not like you're just like plopping Sora, Donald, and Goofy on some half-baked story like that one viral parody that went online. It's not that. It's more along the lines of they're doing it tastefully. I mean, you got all these worlds. Peter Pan, Neverland. You got I already said Atlantica. You got Port Royal. You have Pride Lands. The list goes on, and all these things. If you were just to say it on a blank piece of paper, it wouldn't really seem like, what the heck are they gonna do with this? How the heck are they gonna make this shake? They said they don't feel like they didn't give enough life to connecting stories. Shion, Axel, etc. For me, I could have appreciated more to do with Shion, like more storytelling with Shion, but this isn't the time for that. I mean, this really isn't the time for that, where you're seeing. I mean, I feel like the way they handled it was good. Now, if they did add some more points, but I don't really feel like that's like a mark against them, because Shion, Roxas, they already had their story arcs as people, as their character developments. We know who these characters are. We know what we like and don't like about these characters. They are part of the cast. So I feel like we already that's good. We're good on them. That's great. How does Shion come back? Maybe that can get retold in between Kingdom Hearts, in the next Kingdom Hearts, in Kingdom Hearts 4, whatever the next installment is. Maybe that can get retold there. But I don't believe that that's really a knock. Now, if we're going as far as Lee/Axel, and what's the issue with that? I feel like Lee/Axel, he had enough character development. I mean, think about it. We were first introduced to Axel in Kingdom Hearts 2. Then we go back and we're introduced to Kid Lee and Kid Isa. So what else? Dream Drop Distance. Okay, Lee is back and he has a Keyblade. Okay, like I don't. What else? What else do we need to know? Do we need to have a playable Lee and Kyrie for their training? Like what? That's my question to y'all. What else would you have wanted? Because it's easy to say what you don't like, but tell me what else you would have wanted. What would you have done better? And I'm not saying that you just don't have ideas to make it better, but I'm genuinely challenging you. Let me know in the comments, what would you have done differently or better in these things that I'm naming. I already talked about the Sora being floaty, which is, in my opinion, a better mechanic than it is a bad mechanic. Because if someone wants to say Sora was a little too floaty with flow motion and Dream Drop Distance, I could level with that, because I just explained and showed you how flow motion is nerfed in Kingdom Hearts 3. So if you know, like if you were having difficulties controlling flow motion in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, I could level with you. I had trouble controlling flow motion in Dream Drop Distance, so I get it. But here, he's floaty, but I wouldn't call it floaty. I would call it more mobile. He's able to move. He's able to move better, which is a better mechanic to have in Kingdom Hearts than you. Because I mean, what would you rather him be having the same playstyle as Kingdom Hearts 2? Would you rather him be able to flow motion all over the place like Dream Drop Distance? Would you want him to be bulky like Kingdom Hearts 1? What would you want? I mean, really, what would you want? I'm trying to think. We already talked about the proud mode thing, the difficulty. Right now, if you're wondering, I'm reading off of a list because you know I was reading why people dislike it, and some people on Facebook. Goofy, what are you doing? Some people on Facebook, you know, are letting me know their opinion. So. But like I'm saying, the difficulty for a proud mode, no proud mode, or no critical mode, I in the beginning of my playthrough also, I stated, wow, no critical mode. But with that being said, we have DLC for Kingdom Hearts. Nomura said he has one big DLC that he wants to focus on, and he's gonna start focusing on the next game. For me, the game is too easy. I can say that. I can agree with that. The game is way too easy. I beat the game with my level in the 30s. And is it a bit more Is it a bit like irritating that I'm able to beat the game with little to no resistance? Yes. Personally, I would have liked to play the game and beat it at critical and have a lot of outtakes of me being angry. As crazy as that sounds, I would like to die more in Kingdom Hearts. I would like to have to twist my brain, have to learn combos. I've beaten that Shadow Inferno, Dark Inferno, whatever his name, that secret boss. I've beaten him since the video that I have yet to upload, because I'm uploading it after all my playthroughs get uploaded. I've beaten that dude silly since that first video, and and in that first video, that's my first time facing him, and I beat him my first try. I've never lost to him. So for me, it's like, that's a little upsetting. I remember going against the Lingering Will for the first time and getting smacked. And I remember going against the Lingering Will probably 40 other times and still getting smacked. It took me like 3 days to actually learn the Lingering Will's combos, realize how to counter those combos, and then finally beat him. I've only beaten the Lingering Will maybe a total of 5 times. 5 to 10 times compared to his 80 times he's beaten me. Like, you know, in that video that I'm gonna upload, I state that you're not a Lingering Will while I'm beating up the Inferno dude. You're not a Lingering Will. You're not a Lingering Will, because I'm thrashing you right now. My first time facing you, I'm thrashing you with no difficulty. You think the Lingering Will would have let me get away with some nonsense like that? Even as powerful as Sora is right now, with all of his evasion tactics, with all of my levels and my attributes up to dang near the top of the list, the Lingering Will still thrash me. I can literally pop in Kingdom Hearts 2.5 right now and show y'all, because I don't even remember the tactics to beat the Lingering Will right now, unless y'all want me to be cheese and use the Fenrir Keyblade. Unless that's what y'all want. I don't remember the tactics how to beat that man anymore. But that's my point. I understand where people are having some gripes, but to say that the game is trash, to say that the game bombed, to say that it wasn't worth the wait is just not accurate. And that's my opinion, and you're entitled to your own opinion. I'm not here to change your mind, but I am here to say, like, come on, y'all. Like, this game goes hard. This game goes hard. I've beaten the game. I probably will do like some more playthroughs of the game, just because I just feel like that's, you know, it's a good ass game. But that's really all I have to say. Like I said, I encourage everyone just to, you know, comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel. If you like me doing like kind of discussions, live stream discussions, also let me know that could be a thing, and I'll probably catch you guys